Welcome to Holland and the Fox Motocross of Nations 2004.
Spread out and scatter.
Welcome to Lierop in deepest Holland. About 20 kilometers away from Eindhoven, Lierop's one of a small group of villages that make up the municipality of Sommeren in the North Brabant province. Home to just over 18,000 people, Lierop is renowned for its beautiful scenery, windmills, chapels and monuments. But to motocross fans, Lierop's known as home to one of the gnarliest sand tracks in the world, and 35,000 have turned up here this weekend to witness the world's best tackle it. The biggest and most eagerly awaited motocross event of the year amongst teams, riders and the public is the renowned Fox Motocross of Nations. A motocross institution, the nations are now in their 58th year, and to be chosen to ride for one's country is one of the highlights of any rider's career.
Great chance to ride for my country. It's a long way away and there's a lot of people that come here to support it as well, which is good.
It's really important, you know, as a British rider, you want to ride for your country and try and do your best.
It's really important, you know, it's only once a year and all the country are coming here together to give the best of themselves.
Heading this year's lineup are defending champions Belgium. On the sandy Lierop circuit, the team consisting of 8 times world champion Stefan Everts, the sand specialists Steve Raymond and Kevin Strijbos are going to be very hard to beat.
Okay, on paper we are the strongest team. We have 3 good riders. Most of the teams have 2 strong riders, but not the third one. So we have to make sure we make the starts and make the results.
But a strong challenge will doubtless come from Team New Zealand. World MX1 number 3 Josh Coppens takes the MX1 seat, while World MX2 champion Ben Townley rides MX2, and Daryl Hurley comes off a season in AMA Supercross to take the MX3 bike.
Josh is a good sand rider, so am I, and Daryl Hurley is a good all-round rider altogether, and I think, you know, like you say, we have a good chance of probably being second on the podium, and if Daryl can step up to the occasion on the day, which I think he can, we'll have a good chance, so it'll be good.
Joint most successful team in Motocross of Nations is Great Britain. Team manager Rob Herring was part of Team GB's last Nations victory and is confident that this year's team of Scotsmen Billy Mackenzie, Stephen Sword and Paul Cooper can deliver the goods.
We never really see sand like this, but apart from that, if our 3 riders ride to their potential, you never know. So fingers crossed. We are looking for a podium position. That's what we've come to do. And obviously, if we go away without being on the podium, we're going to be disappointed.
Although yet to win a Motocross of Nations, the Netherlands, as the home team, will enjoy a strong home advantage. Managed by 2 times 125 world champion John van den Berg, the team of Mark de Ruyver, Eric Eggins and Bas Verhoeven have very high hopes.
Possible. I think we can go top 3 tomorrow. The home crowd very supportive for the Holland riders, and it's typical Holland sand track, so it's also good.
Also an ever-present danger are the French, with the experience of MX1 world champion runner-up Michael Pichon on the open class bike. The team is also counting on the up-and-coming talent of 19-year-old Sébastien Pourcel and 20-year-old Antoine Meo.
The riders we have now on the team, you know, they have good experience in GP, and Antoine Meo and Sébastien Pourcel, I know they're going to give their best. Antoine is riding in the Holland team, so he has some experience in the sand. Sébastien, you know, he's only 19 years old, so he has his teeth like this right now. He wants to do always the best, and he's been training pretty hard for that race. So I think the team has a lot of motivation to do the best as we can.
A final mention has to go to Guatemala, though. None of its riders ride in the World Champion Grand Prix circuit. By their own admission, their chances of winning this year's Nations are slim. But riders Gerardo Gandara, Antonio Medrano and Fabian Rodriguez are just stoked to be part of the biggest event in the world motocross calendar.
It has been hard to come all the way from Central America to here.
but I'm really proud of being here. The Motocross is nations, and we are trying to do our best. So we hope we do a good job.
As we're getting ready for the start of race 1, 29 teams of 3 riders each officially entering the event, and more than 180 journalists representing no less than 22 countries. A reminder, each team has a rider racing in one class, MX2, MX1 and Open. Only 20 teams are racing in the main event. They qualified through 3 races on Saturday, and the best 2 results of each team retained for the final classification. Sunday, we see the best 20 teams negotiating this program of MX1, MX2 in this race, then MX2 plus Open, and finally MX1 plus Open. Each rider will score points in the race classification. For example, if the first MX2 rider finishes 5th, he'll score 5 points, and for the final standing, the best 5 from 6 results will be retained. As they stand by for a start of race 1, as we said, MX1 and MX2 riders riding together in this race. And they're off and racing. As they come through the first corners, let's see who's got the whole shot. It's Tanel Liok. Tanel Liok gets the whole shot from Estonia, leading the field through the jumps. We can see now De Ruyver on number 58 from the Netherlands is leading at this point in the first lap. He's followed by Everts from Belgium, and Liok, 22 from Estonia, has dropped back now into 3rd place. As we said, this sandy surface going to be very, very interesting for the weekend. De Ruyver still leading from Everts. De Ruyver had just returned to racing after a broken back earlier in the season. Both Everts and De Ruyver are very experienced on sand tracks. As the fight's on for first position. Ruyver's riding here on a 252 stroke and not the usual 4-stroke machine, after being persuaded by Pit Bera to do so. The sand flying up in the corners as they drop the bikes right down low in the corners to get that extra traction on the upper lip of those lips going through there. Battle for 3rd place between Tanel Liok from Estonia and Veiviläinen from Finland on number 7. 5th place rider is Josh Coppens from New Zealand. His teammate Townley from New Zealand lying in 9th place. That's going to give them an overall lead at the moment. Low angle again, giving us that interesting view of the bikes going around the corners. Gareth Swanpo from South Africa in 7th leads Great Britain's Billy Mackenzie in 8th, and Townley from New Zealand is in 9th position. De Ruyver still leading over the whoops. De Ruyver rides right on the edge. Although De Ruyver's first teammate Eggens is down in 13th, it means that the Netherlands are currently 2nd placed overall. Netherlands, as we said, used to these sort of conditions, but anything could happen over the next little while in race 1, as Eliasson in 14th position leads Nagel from Germany, and Everts' teammate Raymond in 16th position. Raymond, usually an MX1 rider, is on the MX2 bike for Belgium, so he may be suffering from the drop in power. Everts is in 2nd position. Belgium now 3rd placed overall. De Ruyver is still out in front, a comfortable 6 seconds ahead of Everts. said, kicking up the sand, going around the corners. Wouldn't want to be a spectator in some of those places at some point. Everts, you can see already now, rotted and broken the track's becoming. And it's going to be more and more difficult as the day goes on. Gap more than 7 seconds. De Ruyver still first, Netherlands second overall. De Ruyver and Eggens keeping the Netherlands in second position. You can see those ruts again going up the jumps. And coming down, it's going to be more and more tricky as they come down off those jumps into the ruts. De Ruyver's mechanic telling him to use his head and not ride too recklessly. As we said, you've got to keep upright and keep those points coming in. De Ruyver now back into the back markers, starting to get through some of the traffic. Now a 7-second plus gap between De Ruyver and Everts, as we just said. So Everts taking things relatively easy. He's intelligent in trying to keep up there with the points and not trying to push for a win at this point. Coppens in 5th position, recently confirmed as 3rd in MX1 World Championships. His 5th and Townley's 8th place give them the overall lead at the moment. See them coming down in those ruts. Can be very, very tricky, and look at those ruts going through the corners now. New Zealand number 1 position with Coppens and Townley. Number 31, Gareth Swanepoel from South Africa in 6th position. South Africa lying 3rd placed overall at this point as they continue in the same ilk. Lap 10 standings, you can see Russia's Alexandra Eva Newton on number 62 going through the shots. Swanepoel again in on the MX1 bike. De Ruyver's teammate Eric Eggens on the MX2 bike in 11th position. Eggens was a regular on the Grand Prix circuit, but injury has sidelined him through the year. The Netherlands now up in number 1 position, looking at those 2 positions of De Ruyver and Eric Eggens. Rider from the Czech Republic, Jan Zaremba on number 29 going down on the side there. Picks up and gets back into the running. As we also see a fall from number 58. That's Mark De Ruyver from the Netherlands. He's dropped the bike but gets straight back up and back into the running as well. He's lost his first position as Everts has gone past. Everts now in the lead. Finally, Everts nearly loses it there as well in an unforced error. Well, the track's very tiring and mistakes are going to be made more and more towards the end of the race. Swanepoel also goes down, denting South Africa's chances. We see Stefan Everts driving through the very, very tricky track at the moment, pushing it through the corners, absolutely putting on the speed through those whoops and over the jumps. Mark De Ruyver now in 2nd position, putting the Netherlands down to 3rd place. The New Zealand team now back up in number 1 position overall, with Joshua Coppens and Ben Townley in 5th and 7th positions respectively. As we're coming up for a race finish, in just a couple of moments we're going to see Stefan Everts crossing the line to take 1st place Lucky Stefan Everts at this point in the proceedings. Very happy with the end of the race with Mark de Ruyver, unfortunately, as we said, dropping the bike at one point and letting Everts drop past, with Coppens in third place and Väiväläinen in fourth position. After race one, New Zealand is in first position with 9 points. As we said, the fewer points, the higher the teams are in the standing. Number 2, the Netherlands. Number 3, Belgium. And number 4, South Africa. Great going for New Zealand. As we said earlier in the running, New Zealand has been one of the favorites for this event.
I'm really happy for New Zealand, all the people in New Zealand, and especially Ben rode a really good race. First part of the race I rode really bad, really tight, and then I come back from about 7th place, 8th place, and worked my way up to 3rd. So at the end I was riding good, so I'm happy for that.
Large crowds turned out last week for the European Motocross of Nations on the hillside course of Mladina, Croatia. A clash with the final championship Grand Prix of the season meant that many top names were absent, but the racing was top-notch nonetheless. Over 3 motos, it was Belgium who were dominant, with the team of Sven Brueggelmans, Martin van Dale and Danny Thaybergs winning all 3 motos to take the title ahead of the closest rivals, Italy in 2nd place and Germany in 3rd place. It remains to be seen whether Belgium can repeat the feat on the sand of Lierop this weekend.
That we can open officially our Olympic Games of Motocross, the 2004 Motocross of Nations in Lierop.
Attracting fans both weird and wonderful, the annual Motocross of Nations is considered the Olympics of the sport and is truly a motocross institution.
It's really the greatest race on the world of the year. It's the race where everybody races for his flag, for his country, where the public, they come to support the team, and where the public come very enormous. Looking here around, as what already have from yesterday, I think it's really the place where you must be when you like motocross.
But for motocross fans who've only ever seen Grand Prix, the Fox Motocross of Nations is a little bit different.
In fact, it's the Team World Championship. Each country sends its best 3 riders, and they compete in 3 races on the afternoon. Always one rider on an MX1 bike, one on an MX2 bike, and the 3rd rider on an open bike. And this is simply it. It's always the 2 classes together. The winner gets 1 point, the second 2, the third 3. Out of the 3 boys, they start 2 times. This means in total you have 6 results. You might be unlucky, you might have a bad result, so we skip result number 6. The worst result we kick out, and the 5 results stay, and this makes the winner, the second and the third.
You can go only one result you can take away, so you need five results, and it's difficult, yeah, very difficult.
I think the Motocross of Nations is quite a tactical event. You've got like 3 riders, like you're saying, a few races, so it I think comes down to tactics and team strategy and things like that. The riders now ride as a team. Whereas a normal GP, you know, if we've got 2 riders in the race, they'll go healthy level to try and pass each other. Obviously here we've got to be careful of each other, of our own team riders as well. Depending on where we've got to keep track of where we are during the last moto. So we know, you know, if we've got to pass a couple of riders to get up to 3rd place or 2nd place, you know, we've got to be on the board signalling, you know, watching for where our other team riders are, because we can't really afford to not finish any races as well. So yeah, quite technical.
It's about a team, the team scores, and one message is you never stop, you never surrender, you never give up, you go for it, always having in mind, I race for the team, I race for my country, I race for my flag.
Race 2 sees MX2 and Open classes together. And in first place on the grid, Belgium with Raymond and Strijbos. The second place sees the Netherlands with Eggens and Verhoeven. And third place on the starting grid, South Africa. Conditions quite pleasant this weekend for the Motocross of Nations, as the excitement starts warming up quite considerably for this second race. As we said, weather partly cloudy, some sun, temperature about 19 degrees as the track conditions are relatively dry. They stand by for a start. And they're off and racing. As they come into the first corner, it's Strijbos from Belgium who gets the whole shot from the far end of the gate. He's followed by Cooper from Great Britain, Pichon from France, Atsuta from Japan, and Verhoeven from the Netherlands. And look at them going through these first corners. That's absolutely great motocross action. Double trajectories on these corners, sometimes 3 trajectories, helping them get around. Pichon soon takes the lead. He's followed by Strijbos at the moment. Michael Pichon from France on number 27. Second place, as we said, Strijbos. Again, we can see all those different lines forming on the track. Strijbos' pit crew encouraging him on there. Makes it look a little bit like a Sunday ride. As currently Strijbos and Raymond giving Belgium the #1 position overall in this second race. Steve Raymond there, currently running in 10th place from KTM. Behind the Czech Republic's Michal Kadlacek on number 30. Belgium now running first overall, as we said. They've been on the podium 47 times in Motocross of Nations and have won 13 times. Great Britain's Paul Cooper on number 15, leading Bas Verhoeven from the Netherlands. It's Cooper's first race since breaking his collarbone. That was back in the Grand Prix of Portugal earlier this year. Netherlands now running second overall. Cooper and Verhoeven again. Townley on number 11 from New Zealand in 6th, and the Netherlands' Eric Eggens moves into 8th position. Eric Eggens lost 20 kilos training for this event after his injury. Townley challenges Verhoeven and moves into 5th position. New Zealand now running 3rd overall. Townley's been training very hard on the sand for this event as well. Finland's Antti Pyronen challenging Verhoeven and Townley. Seeing some fantastic action going through those corners. Look at how the field spreads right across the track going through here. It makes it very difficult for the crowd to actually figure out who's coming where as they go through the corners. Crowd encouraging on their favorite riders. Tyler Rattray from South Africa now challenging Pyron, Rattray riding a 254-stroke KTM rather than the usual 125 two-stroke, and he's feeling very comfortable with that. Oh, very close call on the corner there for Tyler Rattray on the MX2 bike. Rattray making a huge move there to pass his best friend and KTM teammate Townley. He couldn't make it stick. Townley's in 4th position. He's really having to work hard to keep his bike in shape. And Townley coming through. In the corner, a little bit of action here. Johan Carlsen from Sweden and Fredrik Olisseter from Norway in a tangle, while Townley goes powering straight through. Pichon is in 1st position. France now 6th overall. Porcel in 16th place. Very difficult going through those whoops and over the jumps. Michael Pichon fighting to keep control of the bike. Pichon, as usual, putting on a great show for the spectators here at this event with some spectacular jumping. As we said, coming down from the jumps can be very difficult with these ruts as well, as can going through the whoops. Again here, a very, very difficult part of the track. Pichon all by himself out in the lead, as France remaining in 6th position at this point in race 2. Estonia's Just Lanso in 3rd position. He's a bit of a dark horse. He did a couple of Grand Prix in 2003. He was quite unremarkable at that point and has been competing in US events all this season. Apparently prior to this event he hadn't been training too much. Tyler Rattray from South Africa pushing hard in 4th position, having passed Townley earlier. Belgian rider, the 2nd Belgian rider, Raymond, in 7th position there. Steve Raymond going through the jumps. Very clean rider as well in these conditions. But Raymond challenging Pyronen for 5th position. Look at those ruts coming through here. All the riders, in fact, have commented how difficult the track was. Even those who ride on sand a lot say it was very, very difficult with multiple lines and heavy rutting. Here you can see the battle for 5th position between Townley from New Zealand, Rattray from South Africa, and Pyronen from Finland. Meantime, Strybos in 2nd and Raymond 7th give the Belgium team a current overall lead. Lap 9 standings as Strybos negotiates through the back markers. Strybos currently running 2nd. 6-time world champion Joel Robert looks on. He was in previous years the manager of the Belgian team in the MX of Nations. This year he's just there as a spectator. Obviously having a good time as well. Townley slowing and with a slightly smoking engine. We're not sure what's going on here. Definitely looks like he's having some problems. Ben Townley. And Townley's engine has just absolutely exploded. Townley out of the running. A very worried-looking team manager, New Zealand, Michael McLeod. He knows that their chances for the podium are all but gone. Townley's last race of the season ending in bitter disappointment. But what a season it's been. The battle for third place sees Rattray on a 4-stroke 250 KTM pursuing Lanzo. Meantime, Pichon is untroubled out in the lead. France lying 5th overall. Strybos in second place, but some 23 seconds behind the leader. Belgium still in first position overall, though. Verhoeven and Eggens on the last lap. Netherlands are still in second position overall. As they prepare to take the checkered flag, and Pichon comes through to take the checkered flag and win race 2. It's France's Michael Pichon winning race 2 and putting in a great performance right throughout the event. Strybos comes home second to give Belgium the overall lead. Pichon winning from Strybos from Belgium and Lanzo from Estonia putting in a brilliant performance there. Tyler Rattray from South Africa 4th and Pyron 5th. Canada's Morgan Blair coming home in 6th position. The overall national standings after race 2, Belgium 23 points. Leading from the Netherlands on 30 points, and Estonia in 3rd position on 36 points. France, after that great performance, back in a lower position further down.
The first moto, I went really easy. I know the second place was enough, so I let Mikel go, and yeah, after 15 minutes, I got pain in my back, and it's really sore now. So yeah, hopefully I can go the second moto full gas.
So with just one race to go in this year's Fox Motocross of Nations, let's review the event so far to see who has got to do what to win. In race 1, the Netherlands made a great start in the form of Mad Mark de Ruyver. Riding as if his life depended on it, de Ruyver took the lead at an early stage and wouldn't give it up. But taking an early event lead with the Kiwis, with the Dutch team of de Ruyver and Eggens second, and Belgium back in third. But when de Ruyver fell, it opened the door for Belgium's Everts to take the race lead. With 2 riders in top 10 positions, the Kiwis lead the event after 1 race, while Everts takes the checkered flag glory. In race 2, Belgium again looked strong as open class rider Kevin Strybos took the whole shot before settling into second place. Teammate Raymond placed 10th, put the Belgians into the event lead. The Dutch pairing of Verhoeven and Eggens rode a strong team race to keep the Dutch in second overall, while South Africa's Tyler Rattray pushed his country into fifth overall. Leading the race and pushing France up to sixth overall, though, was France's Michael Pichon, supported by teammate Sébastien Pourcel. Sadly for New Zealand, an engine blowout for Ben Townley dashed their chances in the nations this year. And with one race to go, this leaves Belgium occupying first place, the Netherlands second, Estonia third, South Africa fourth, and France taking the race to win here in fifth position. Standing by for a start in race 3 as Everts and Strijbos are on the number 1 position, followed by De Ruyver and Verhoeven and Swanpoel and Avis from South Africa. New Zealand in 4th place on the grid. This is probably the most evenly matched class. We can expect some very close racing with a mixture of MX1 and open class bikes out there ready to hit the track for some very, very exciting racing.
Achter, de publiekstribune, want Winsmith vond dat hij nodig was om de mensen te laten genieten van de wedstrijd.
Russia down in 20th position as they get off to a clean start in race 3 of the Motocross of Nations. And it's Takeshi Tanaka from Japan taking the whole shot, followed by both the Belgians, Strijbos and Everts. With some spectacular jumping coming through on this first lap. As we said, very tight-knit racing as a couple of bikes still go down in the corner there. It's Max Nagel from Germany on bike number 55 just went down. They come through this through the whoops on this first lap. You see Stefan Everts now out in the lead in the MX1 Yamaha. Strijbos had been leading. Everts managed to slip his way through. They gave each other quite a wide berth going through those corners, so it was difficult to see exactly what moment they got through. Track in a dreadful state now, making conditions very, very difficult for all the riders. As we can see now, a fight for second position with France's Michael Pichon back up there pushing to get through. Meantime, in 4th place, we can see De Ruyver from the Netherlands on the screen. De Ruyver pushes hard, and he too passes Strijbos and goes in pursuit of Pichon. Certainly very popular here. Pichon pursuing Everts. Note that Everts has publicly apologized to Pichon, by the way, after that goggle throwing incident at Sun City last week. Still not sure if any animosity is remaining there, though. Those who missed that, Everts got up and threw his goggles at Pichon after an incident on the track. Pichon tapping in the back wheel of Everts, causing Everts to go down. Everts getting very, very upset indeed, but I guess that's all racing. Pichon making ground on Everts now, but some small mistakes as they go through. Pichon's wife, Stephanie, watching, looking very concerned as he goes around and negotiates these very, very difficult conditions. Pichon appears to be dropping back slightly at this point. Coppens from New Zealand in 5th place. You can see now how exhausting the circuit must be. There's no respite anywhere on this track. Strybos said that he rides sand tracks a lot, but this is no ordinary sand track. Tano Liok from Estonia in 7th place. Estonia running 4th overall. Liok is back on the Suzuki 250 two-stroke machine now. De Ruyver is continuing to push Pichon. Lapping around just over a second behind the French rider. France in 3rd position with Antoine Millot on the MX1 machine, back in 15th position. Netherlands currently running 2nd overall. Spectators of all ages and all kinds here this weekend, young and old, everybody enjoying the event in any case. Everett's getting very good support from the fans, as we just saw a moment ago. Joel Roberts, former team manager, looking on. Great action as they come through the corners now, and it's Everts falling as his front wheel got stuck in deep sand. And that's a lesson that riding sand is definitely not as easy as it looks. He immediately gets back up and doesn't lose his position, though. Fight for 4th position with Coppens pursuing Strybos. Strybos being encouraged also by the crowds along the side of the track. You can see here they're telling him to put it on, keep on the pace. A lot of Belgian fans here. Belgium currently in 1st position overall with 1st and 5th positions. De Ruyver has passed Pichon off camera. He's now running 2nd. He's going flat out. He wants to catch up on Everts. As Everts gets into the back markers now, De Ruyver makes ground behind to the delight of the home crowd. Powering down through after the jumps. The statistics show that De Ruyver took 5 seconds off Everts in that last lap alone. De Ruyver is getting closer to Everts. But it has to be remembered that this is team racing, so it's definitely for the show. It's Everts and De Ruyver. And anything could still happen at this part of the race. Look at those ruts as they go through the whoops here. Coming through those corners there. Very, very difficult conditions to contend with standings at lap 10. That was the NDL pit crew just then telling De Ruyver to use his head and keep his cool. They have a safe 2nd overall position as long as he finishes the race, but if he doesn't finish, well, you know what's going to happen. Belgium is safely in 1st position overall. Everts is concentrating on just finishing the race safely now. Has to be noted that Everts had a major crash in practice last week. He broke his cheekbone and he's now going to require some reconstructive surgery. Meantime, Strybos has been supporting well in 4th position. Everts holding on to 1st position very smoothly, while behind De Ruyver is frantically pursuing him. Joel Smets out of the Belgian team due to knee injury. He's looking on. Just 2 laps to go. De Ruyver has fallen off camera, and he's now 8 seconds behind Everts. Pichon in 3rd position, giving France 3rd overall on a tie at the moment. National standings on the screen giving us a good view of how they are spreading out at the moment. Pichon from France. The Belgian team manager Walter Heinzens wearing the yellow jacket there. Strybos is now in 6th position as Everts takes the flag to win race 3 and confirm Belgium as Fox Motocross of Nations champions 2004. Steve Raymond congratulates Everts. Strybos is quite happy as he takes the flag. And the Belgians are celebrating here. Marc De Ruyver still coming in 2nd, and Michael Pichon from France putting in again a very good position to come in 3rd at the end of race 3. We just saw the standings a few moments ago, but let's take a look at them again. Belgium number 1 from the Netherlands, and France in 3rd position. But of course, the Dutch and Belgian fans out in the droves here. So it's been a very, very popular event, especially this weekend. Fans very happy indeed with the performance of their teams.
Stefan, congratulations, you won the Motocross of Nations. It's the greatest end of season that you can expect.
Yeah, it was a very tough one because the last week it was not so easy week, having a big crash, hitting my head. The affair in South Africa was on my mind for the whole week, and it was tough, you know. The first race was heavy, and the second race I rode much better, and I'm so happy that also thanks to Steve and Kevin that we won today this Nations, and for me it's the 5th time. And I'm glad for these young kids that they're here with me on the podium.
Kevin, congratulations, first selection in the Motocross of Nations Belgium team, and you won it. How is the feeling now?
Yeah, it's really good, but the race was really tough. It's like, yeah, my back is still sore, so yeah, but I want to thank Steve and Everts, and it was really good the second heat, so yeah, it's good for us.
Steve, congratulations. It's never easy to change the bike. You race all the season in MX1, you come to MX2, you didn't have so much time with the bike, but finally you get a strong result and offer the title to Belgium.
Yeah, of course, I'm very happy to win the Nations again, so it's my 2nd time. And yeah, it was not easy for me to go to change to the other bike, but I did a good job today for Belgium, and also Stefan and Kevin, so yeah, I'm really happy.
So, as the Fox Motocross of Nations brings the season to a close, we asked Youth Stream President Giuseppe Luongo for his verdict on 2004.
It was a fantastic season. From sports side, it was great. Very nice competition. The circuit much better. 16 race. We are improved a lot in all the technical and sports side, but also we are very, very, very happy about the success with the media, with television. We have all over the year over 25 broadcasters. I think we are over 200 hours of live television and 600 of delayed. So things go very, very well.
Mr. Wolfgang Schröb of the FIM shares this confidence in the sport.
We're extremely happy about how this season went. I think most important was coming back to the old classic traditional system of 2 races per class. That's what everybody wanted. They got it now. And it's a kind of giving back motocross to the fans. So our motocross is now again on the way upwards.
Next year, the most important point is to have a second Grand Prix in England. The most important point is also to go in Japan and also to have some events combined together, motocross and supermoto in Valkenswaard and South Africa. So it's really we try to make the events bigger, to bring more fans to the race.
Of course, we see it great. We want the World Championship really worldwide. We started this year with 1 overseas. Next year it'll be 2. We'll go to Japan, very, very important. We go again to South Africa and China and Australia already knocking on the door. Very, very optimistic, very confident. Let's go.